Today on Divorce Court.
I'm here today because Tarvoria pretty much won't let up and compromise and move in a house that I built.
We've been officially engaged like a year and a half, 2 years, but I caught him cheating with another man.
A lot of women out here would love a guy that would buy them a house, buy them a car.
I just need to know if I'm the one that completes him as far as me being a woman versus the opposite sex.
If Tarvoria don't move forward and start our own family with me, then I'm pretty much out.
Divorce Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrese Lee and Tarvoria Russ, you two are back, and I think I know why. You came here on a before your vows. I peeped an issue you said it wasn't really one,
Right.
but now I think it rose up to haunt you. So based upon the fact that you didn't say there was a problem, I said this, but now the problem you said wasn't is, and I may say something else. Let's see what I said the first time. You got a great woman here.
Yeah,
Keep her, love her, take care of her. You got a great man here. Keep him, love him, take care of him, and when you get out of here, you take this license and marry him. This matter is adjourned. We're gonna talk about that problem I peeped that you said wasn't a problem. But I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Lee. Why don't you tell me what you think the problem is?
When we left the show the last time, I thought things would get better. We left saying that we would take care of each other's needs and wants. I did just that. I worked on being a provider. I prepared myself to be a husband. I got a house built for her, bought her a car, got my mind right, and it all just backfired. Even less time we spend together, less time that we see each other, less of everything, less of love making, just less of Tarvoria. And all I wanted was more, to provide a family, a home, to be able to be the husband that you wanted me to be. I did all that, and still I get less.
Ms. Russ, what do you have to say about that?
Well, Judge Tyler, it is good seeing you got upgraded on your set. But as far as less is concerned, I don't believe that there's less. There is less as far as we don't spend no time because his off days are my busy days when it comes to that. As far as him providing for me, we've provided for each other. He's upgraded. He's stepped his game up. You know, he's more, his profession has changed. You know, I've elevated in my clientele as far as my profession has changed. But when it comes to being a provider, we've both been a provider. I work just as hard as he do.
That's wonderful. To me, both people on the come up is a wonderful thing. You're talking about, he's not saying he's doing more than you. He's saying, I've upped my game, I bought the house, I want her to move in with me, but she doesn't seem interested. That's what he's saying.
It was never that I was never interested. We talked about building a home together from day one. But building a home together was about building a home with us too, not me, him, and another person.
So here we go. There's the issue. Who's that other person?
I guess his homeboy.
I guess his homeboy. Now, see, last time I talked to you, and I asked you straight out, do you think that he may be gay? And you wished and you washed, and you finally let it go. So I figured, okay, that's not a problem. But it is a problem, is it not?
Yes, it's a problem.
Tell me what the problem is.
Well, Tyrese just seems to love people.
See, you're wishing and washing on me again.
I can only tell you, Judge Tyler, what he tells me.
What has he told you?
He said, I just love people.
Mr. Lee, why do you think she won't marry you?
The reason why Tarvoria won't marry me, because she likes to provide for her family more than she likes to provide for her man.
Are you very involved with your family, so much so that you can't create a life with Mr. Lee?
I am extremely involved with my family. That I would not deny. Because, for one, I didn't have a family to be involved with. So me helping my family over the last 4 years is because I didn't want to see them stranded out on the streets. So if I'm in a position to help them better their lives instead of seeing them behind jail somewhere, then I'm going to do that. But I have been there for Tyrese. When Tyrese needs me to cook, clean, I was there for him. When he wants, when there was a little lack on the loving, I picked the loving up. But I can't pick the loving up if he ain't stepping up to the plate and providing for me mentally, emotionally, and sexually. He giving all that attention to somebody else.
And that's the problem.
That is the problem. They say a good man is very hard to find. I'm not saying that he's not a good man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has a great job, good credit. You know that is rare. You know what I'm saying? But it's attracting to both sexes.
Right.
And what he needs to figure out is which side he want to play on.
And there it is.
I ain't got to figure out
there it
what
is.
side I need to play on.
Mr. Lee, we do have to talk about that. We do have to talk about that. And that's what we didn't talk about last time. And I think that's why you're in this current trick bag. But let me ask you this, Mr. Lee. If it isn't that, why do you think she's not committing to you? Because you done brought all the good stuff to the table.
Yeah, 5 years ago when we came on the show, I didn't know. I was younger. It's 2018. I don't like labels because labels put you in a box, and that's all people know you for. That's the first thing. If I say, oh, I'm gay, oh, you know, Tyrese, he gay Tyrese. No, I'm not. I'm Tyrese. I'm a black, educated man who works very hard. I'm a provider. I love hard. I'm passionate. But when I'm with somebody, I am committed. We've been going through our ups and downs. During the down times, I tried a little to see if I liked it. I did. But I came right back to her, and that was over. When I came right back to her, I'm with her. So whether I'm with the male or female, when I'm with that person, that's who I'm committed to.
Yeah, I got you. You're committed. I got you working hard. But the thing we got to get to, if you're gay or not. Because if you're gay, this ain't going to work.
The only gay I am is happy.
Yeah, well. We need to explore that because I understand more than happiness has been happening. Who was that somebody else?
He told me that was his homeboy. I had seen him around before, but I didn't know that was his homeboy.
Ain't nobody else at home.
You believe he's playing on both teams?
Nah.
Child, I don't know.
Tell me what happened with that other guy.
One of my clients saw him out with another guy. And he just hit me up on IG, DM me the picture, and I asked him about it. One thing I will say about him is that he's not gonna lie to me. You know what I mean? He tried to brush it around, but
Is this the picture you saw?
He's light talk. No. See, none of the other pictures I got an issue with.
Those are the pictures he posts on IG?
Yeah, them the pictures she posts on IG. See, this is why I be saying, you know, I don't need everybody seeing what you working with. I said, what's this about? This Hump Day Wednesday, what's going on?
So you did cheat with a guy?
I did have an encounter. I did.
You did have an encounter, just one?
It was just one time, Your Honor.
You said in your compatibility this time that you had a problem with his femininity.
When he's not having his way, he'll throw a tantrum that's worse than a woman. And then the Instagram thing, that's a woman thing. All up in the mirror in the bathroom, taking pictures in your boxes, in your underclothes. I know, but I ask him, I say, Hump Day Wednesday, why you laying on the bed showing your butt? You got more butt than me. His answer to me is, I'm just showing my gains. You know, I be in the gym. He's still in the gym. He was in the gym before we came here.
Well, the guy who hit you up on IG sent you a picture of him with somebody else. Who was that somebody else?
He told me that was his homeboy. I had seen him around before, but I didn't know that was his homeboy.
Ain't nobody else at home.
Well, somebody would be home if he wasn't out at the gym all the time. Why do I gotta sit in the house?
Why do you have a problem with the gym?
Because that's where he found his homeboy at.
You say sex is not that important to you and she's a bit of a freak. Are you not sexually compatible?
I think we are, but when you get less and less of it, it's just you get used to it and you get tired of begging.
Do you believe you have a healthy sex life?
Oh, I've had a healthy sex life.
Oh, yes.
With him? I'm talking about with him. Oh, see there?
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about somebody else.
We finna get to the grits now.
Yeah, because when he was sitting here lying to y'all about it happened in his downtime, mine's happened after his time.
It still ain't right.
What the heck are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, Yana. Can I tell it?
Please
tell
tell
it
it, because she speaks in riddles.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
I know, let me tell it.
No, let him tell
I
it.
think I'm gonna put some seasoning on it.
Well, season it so I can taste
so
it.
I go
What's
over her
happening?
house, I'm watching TV, I fall asleep. I noticed she keep going in and out the room, in the bathroom, and she taking her phone. And I'm peeping, but I'm kind of acting like I'm dozing off. So then she go downstairs. So I fall asleep, but then I wake up because I get thirsty. I like drinking water and juice at night. So I get up and get me a glass of water. So I'm coming down the stairs, and I see her at the kitchen table reading. I'm like, okay. So I go down and I walk up on her. I'm like, oh, I'm reading the letter, and it says, Bobby, inmate. So she want to go from sugar to somebody straight out the hood, a gutter snipe, straight out the hood, in jail that can't do nothing for her. But she rather have that. So yeah, the loving got a little less. I started to kind of fall back a little.
Well, at least...
Hey. You guys are still talking in riddles and around, so I've got somebody who's going to help me out. Ms. Russ, your sister is here to give me her point of view on what's going on. Is he gay? Do you think he's gay?
I do believe that he's confused about who he wants to be with.
I want to be with somebody that will love me unconditionally.
He was getting all of that until he stepped out of our relationship with the man.
How would you feel if your partner refused to label their sexual orientation? Tell us what you think at Divorce Court. I want to talk to you about your compatibility test.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, let's see this.
I want to hear this too.
I don't know what you people were doing when you wrote this down.
Okay. Oh.
In these compatibility tests, I never heard the word love, trust, care, honor, respect, sport, anything. I don't know how I got to giving you a marriage license the first time. I don't know. I was on some kind of psychotropic drug or something. I don't know. I don't know how I got there. I think what I saw was two good people, but I'm not sure if you're two good people that are right for one another. So I have brought your sister here, Shawnee Bell. Would you come forward, please? Stand there next to your sister. And why don't you tell me what you think and what you see when you see these two together?
Well, Your Honor, honestly, I see confusion amongst them. But on the
Is he
other
gay?
hand,
Do you think he's gay? I don't understand. Because if they're not sexually compatible, family, no family, money, no, it doesn't matter.
when I first met Tyrice, it was in the back of my mind a little bit. Maybe he could be, but I know I couldn't really tell the difference between a metrosexual and a homosexual. So, I waited until firm evidence was presented. My sister's been talking to me about it, and I do believe that he's confused about who he wants to be with
I ain't
sexually.
confused.
You're not confused.
I know who I want to be with. I want to be with somebody that's loving, that will love me unconditionally.
See, he's trying to make me out to be like I was just this less of a woman. Like I ain't give him no love,
Stop.
that I didn't provide for him.
Never said
I
that.
wasn't sleeping with him and XYZ. But he was getting all of that until he stepped out of our relationship with the man.
With the man.
I could compete with another woman.
Right.
I ain't got what a man got.
Right. Do you believe he's gay?
I guess I have to say yes,
But there is such a thing as bisexuality. And if
that's what I
somebody
think.
can't-
Can you like
if-
pizza and Chinese food?
Yeah.
If he's bisexual, that doesn't mean he just likes guys. He can pick and choose
But
because he likes both, and he can choose you and be satisfied with you like people do when they choose one man or one woman.
Yeah.
Now that is, I'm glad you said that, Judge Tyler. See, Your Honor, let me tell you, child.
Don't call me child.
I mean, Judge Tyler, Your Honor, let me tell you. I believe that he is bisexual. I don't have, if we're going to move forward as husband and wife, I need to be confident that I'm the one that totally completes Tyrese. You know what I mean? I don't want us to fall out, or he feel like I'm not giving him enough attention, or I feel like he's not giving me enough attention, and we both step out on each other while we're in a relationship. See, when he stepped out on me, we were together. When I did my thing, we were not together.
So you stepped out on him in revenge.
In revenge.
We was having our ups and
And
downs.
two wrongs don't make a right. Now, I ain't saying I was wrong. I mean, I was right for doing that. However, my friend was in place at the time when I needed somebody to talk to, even though he wasn't
Yeah, she went to
out
show,
in
went
the
to
physical.
Florida too.
Yes, I did.
Was that Bobby from prison?
That was
Oh, yeah.
him from
And
prison.
so you got to buy
In a
me from
halfway
prison.
house.
In a halfway house.
We ain't go down to that
Oh,
way.
Lord.
He's out now.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough, good enough. Miss Bell, please sit down.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your assistance.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit here for a minute, gather myself,
Judge told
and
her
try to say something intelligent.
Would you marry your fiancé believing that he was bisexual? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
I'm gonna say what I said last time, and then I'm gonna say something else. I do believe you are two good people. I think you are well directed. I think you're kind. I think you're loving. I think that what I saw was two people who really cared about each other. But what I got a hint of that you didn't really want to explore was an issue that I think that I see a great deal in our community is women concerned about their guys being on the down low and being bisexual, and what a concern it brings to the table when you are not certain of his sexuality. And I think that you need to make a decision about what you are and are not comfortable with.
Right.
That's what you have to do. It doesn't have to do with your family, it doesn't have to do with
Absolutely.
anything other than that. But that is a singular decision that you have to make, because that is the bottom line.
Right.
That you're afraid to commit to a guy that you believe still enjoys having sex with men. And I think that we are, as a community in general, often faced with that concern. My understanding is that bisexual people can choose who they want to be with, just like, there's a lot of guys out there, I picked the one I wanted and kept him.
Right.
So that can happen, but you have to decide what you're comfortable with in your heart and stop using all these other excuses and reasons for why we're not together, because underneath all of that, that is the issue. And Mr. Lee, you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to address what your needs and concerns really are. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Who cares? You really have to address what it is you want, who it is you want, and how you'd like to get it.
Well, I do.
Okay, well, but you're here. Absent the answer to that question, you two have no business being together on that level, because that underlies everything.
Correct.
So this second license that you brought to me, first time I gave it to you, this time, see what I'm gonna do? Gonna take it
Rip
and
it.
just rip it right up.
I knew it.
Tear it up. Find out who you are, find out what you're comfortable with, and then decide whether to get married. But whatever you do, if you decide to marry, not marry, don't come back here.
See, Your Honor?
It's matters
I
of
knew you was gonna say that.
Judge Lynn had a lot to say today for the second time.
Right.
What's some advice you're gonna walk away with after hearing what she had to say today?
We have to get to the bottom line. And the bottom line is, what is it that he wants? And if I'm comfortable with moving forward in a marriage, knowing that he could be bisexual.
Would you call yourself bisexual?
I wouldn't call myself nobody but me.
Right.
I just love love. I love people. When I meet somebody, whether male or female, if I connect with you in that special way, then you chosen.